Hi guys and welcome to Throzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the MG ZS EV again on our channel. Again, why do you ask? Because there has been an update and there has been a critical update to the MG ZS EV here. This has now received a ADAS package as a optional package on the top of the line trim, and that has increased the price earlier by almost 1.5 lakh rupees. But then again, MG decided to give some sort of benefit to his customers, and the price almost dropped to 3 lakh rupees, making this car almost at 26 lakh rupees ex showroom, including the ADAS. And without the ADAS, of course, it is still 1.5 lakh rupees cheaper. So if you even want the top end variant even now and don't want ADAS features, you can still go for that, because that is what we've learned in the market. That is what you guys have been telling and doing in the market basically as customers, that some of you still don't want ADAS in their cars, which is surprisingly good, but not really that adaptive, because some people who do a lot of highway runs clearly can go for it. Some people who don't do that and you want to stick to the cities and not do much long runs, then they can not opt for the ADAS as well, because that's what you think. But ADAS as a feature is available throughout the spectrum, so that means it helps you at low speed as well as at high speed, and it has a lot of benefits. We've tested all of that here for you, and we can clearly tell you that we've experienced that earlier in other cars as well, such as the Gloucester and the Hector and the Aster as well. On the ZS EV here, it's no different. It actually works quite well, and as you can see, to begin with, you can see a black color on the MG ZS EV, something new, because we've always seen red or something like that. And that is the ADAS features right there. That is a camera based system on the MG ZS EV, and needless to say, the design and everything else remains the same on the outside. Nothing really has changed. It's a good looking car with great proportions and a very good C-pillar line, very chunky and very good looking tail lamps. That's the only thing. ADAS badging is what you're getting on this car. Everything else remains the same on the car. Let me just show you that the boot opens this way, and that is the boot of the car. That is the charger over there. You still get some space here, a light over there, and of course the camera is mounted down there, and the quality of it is not that impressive, which I'll show you in a bit. Just running you back through what you've seen earlier in our review, still showing you again that everything remains the same in terms of AC vents. Of course, this car has now has those rear seat belts warnings added to it. In the year 2023, a lot of cars did. 2024, a lot of cars, probably every car is going to have that. This new dual tone scheme on the interior, which you see here, looks quite nice. Almost beige, almost black and grey, coming together quite well. We've got powered seats, not memory, no ventilation yet on the MG ZS EV. Everything else remains the same. The knob, the modes, the battery button, the charging points, the cup holders, electronic parking brake, auto hold is a luxury car feature that you're getting. That is the kind of underarm storage you're getting. AC, since it's an international car that comes not from the European area, it's got its AC setting a little weird, because even at 4 or 5, the airflow isn't massive, and the temperature has to be kept at 22 or slightly below to actually get good cooling out of it. So that's it, what it is. No cooling, no light, just lockable glove box seen here. Of course, the big bad panoramic sunroof is here to always impress you a lot, and lock unlock button is here like a very premium car. Instrument cluster remains the same. The infotainment system remains the same, and like I told earlier, is the fact that I think this is a bit of a mismatch in terms of fonts, graphics and colors. That looks a little too geeky, naughty. This looks big enough, but but it looks a little bit more plain Jane. It could have been better in terms of graphic, fonts and layouts. You still got 2 colors to choose from in terms of theme. But let's jump to the important part, which is the amount of ADAS features that you're getting. Forward collision warning, rear drive assist, lane assist system, which will basically pull the steering in and keep you in the lane, which a lot of people need to do on the roads. Traffic jam assist is on offer. I don't know how that's going to help. It might redirect you, but I haven't been able to put it to test yet, which actually reminds me of something which I will show you in a bit about the navigation over there. Speed warning is on, speed control is also on. You can put it at intelligent and manual, and which is actually quite good if you want to do it for somebody else or for your chauffeur. Hill descent, we already know what it is. There's a pedestrian alert as well, which is on. Rear drive assist means that when if you get parking it, getting out of the parking, and if it sees that some car is coming in, it will stop. Lane change assist is here. Blind spot detection, of course, is there on the as you can see over there on the mirrors on both sides. Rear cross traffic alert is also very similar, and to when you're backing out, and it'll help you stop. So these are the features that are on offer with the MG ZS EV. Follow me home, find my car, intelligent headlamp control is on, so high beam is well controlled. And going back, you've got the range here, the temperature here, and that's the weather along with the area that is showing. And 360-degree camera is of course here, which is great, but the quality, as you can see, not really that impressive for a car of this price. Could have been a bit more better. We're not expecting really good high quality, but this is really old school, quite literally. In 3D mode, of course, this is actually sort of negates that low quality aspect, because you get everything here, what you want to see. And in the settings, you can see you've got dynamic plus static line, which will assist you while parking, and turning assist display on and off is off or auto, so it will help you all the time, which it does also. This is the best part, I think, in the MG ZS EV. Okay, so there is one more thing that I wanted to show you, and that is the navigation on this car. I really like it because the live navigation is quite good. It tells me where there is traffic or not, and all of that works really well. It is a very smooth, very good inbuilt navigation. Usually you will not see other auto journalists also praising about the inbuilt navigation system that is on offer with this car, but at least just to look at as a map and get the right location and everything, this is actually really good. I think Skoda VW also have their own navigation system, and Hyundai Kia also have their own navigation system, which is Hyundai Kia is also good. This is even better than that, and so kudos to MG giving the right navigation here. This is not a gimmicky feature. This actually works quite well. But the only problem that I found for a really long time is that I can't really get out of it. There's no home button, or whatever I do, I can't really see how to get out of it. There's this setting here which I can usual settings that you can set here, and you can search for places or something like that, and but there's no home button. Then I realized there is a home button right here, so when you do that, it's back to the home screen. So that's that. So what is on offer with the MG ZS EV is this adaptive cruise control. There's an entire stock here dedicated to it, and as you can see, the moment I put it into action, you can see here that there is the range that I can select what kind of distance that I want on the car, and that can be done via this knob here itself. So as you can see, I am rotating the knob, and there is this green light going on the top, and it's adjusting to whatever I require, and it's pretty simple. It can be done from here, set from here. You can set the speed here as well, so which is actually quite brilliant on the MG ZS EV. These are the rocker buttons for the AC and the fan and the temperature, and the defogger front and rear is on offer. That is the wireless charger right there, and door pad's good enough. Quality is really good. That is what you really appreciate in the MG ZS EV. As always, with these new colors, it's actually popping out quite well. Sun blind button is different, sunroof button is different, and surprisingly, this is still manual in this car, which is surprising. 3 headrests at the back, which should aid in safety quite well, which I think it already does. There is a good amount of safety rating on this car. The sound system, is good. I think there is a bit of scope for it being a little bit more better, but I think this is it. That's what the MG ZS EV is all about. It lacks a bit of features at this price point. There could be better quality when it comes to camera, and the instrument cluster can be revised to a certain extent. I do like it now after spending a lot of time, so I think everybody else will be, but then again, something modern is also required, and MG is always surprising with updates. So that's that, and that's it. Let's jump to the driving part. So out driving, the MG ZS EV with the 50 kilowatt battery making around 180 PS of power, 280 newton meters of torque, and this is a electric unit altogether, which means that explaining how it drives is quite simply simple. This is very smooth, instant torque and power is available. That makes it fun to ride as well at times, because the moment you floor the throttle, it directly shoots you ahead, and when you leave the throttle it starts recharging the battery, because regen is on offer. You've got mode for the eco and normal and sports, and then you have the curse mode, which is very a fancy name for regen that only MG is using right now. It is controlled via from here, and not from the pedals, from the center console. So everybody else is pretty much giving paddle shifters, but this is also fine, shouldn't be a problem. Once you set it, it's there for forever till you change it again. And what is really important is the way this car behaves. You get almost 300 kilometers of pure range. You can get 310, 320 if you're really squeezing that very last inch of the battery, and which is not recommended, because what you should do is basically 20 to 80% of usage is what you should try to keep it as much as possible. 10% also I think is just about fine, but it is recommended that you do the 20 to 80, and that is why a lot of manufacturers will tell you that the 20 to 80% charging time is so and so. For this car, it's it depends. If you're on a 30 kilowatt fast charging DC charging, you will get let's say you'll charge it within an hour, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, like that completely. But if you do it from 20 to 80% on a DC charge, it will only take an hour, and then you can get back to normal, because below above 90% you don't get, between 90 to 100% of battery you don't get regen on offer. Regen only starts kicking in after you are at 89, 88 or 87 is when regen starts to kick in. So once regen starts, then the battery depletion also is very slow and not very rapid. And the, let's say, 10-15 kilometers that you're getting in the 90 to 100 kilometer, 90% to 100% range is something that is sort of becomes insignificant until unless you are driving long distances and you are really careful and you want to meticulously plan your kilometers, and that's when you can do that. So that's where it is. The 50 kilowatt battery does make a lot of sense, because I see this car as one of the less which has the less range anxiety in the market right now, within the budget frame, of course, because the Nexon also feels a little bit on the range anxiety side, because 250 kilometers and that's it, you're done. While this offers you a bit more. So in the context of these two cars, in the comparison of these two cars, the ZS EV just feels slightly better in terms of range and range anxiety, because we've now written a lot of EVs and now we feel that this actually feels good. I do have a home charging setup for cars as well as bikes. I have fast chargers around me, and I have realize that I may not have range anxiety, but a lot of people will have. So despite that, the MG scores a little bit higher on that aspect when it comes to that. Regen also in at the absolute highest level isn't very in your face. It still doesn't have the one pedal drive where the regen is very very high and it tries to comes to a stop very quickly. That isn't here. This is proper regen, so you can adjust it accordingly. As you can see, the moment I leave the throttle, it just starts to pretty much brake only, but not aggressively brake like how it happens in a one pedal mode that we've seen on other cars such as Hyundai and Kia. So that's that. And in terms of handling, well, the steering is light, it is precise, but the feedback is just not there at all, and it just could have been better. You know what the steering is doing, but it isn't because of other reasons, but it is not telling you what it's doing. You realize what's happening because you obviously know where the wheels are. So that's when the steering aspect kicks in. Brakes, of course, brakes on its own thanks to ADAS, which we showed you earlier. And with the region and ADAS coming together, it is actually something that works well in its favor. something we thought that sounds great on paper, and in real life also it delivers. Forward collision warning is clearly when a vehicle in the front will suddenly brake, like it happened right now exactly, and the forward collision warning will give you a heads up on it, and try to brake if it's on. It doesn't really happen when somebody from the front is coming at you, and it will brake. No, that doesn't happen. It only happens, you will have to take control if somebody is coming from the front on a dual carriage highway, and you will have to brake yourself. The car will not do that. So that's one of the things that you should really know and tell everybody also, that ADAS is not foolproof, and it does require a person behind the wheel. After all, this is not autonomous driving. This is still assistance to make sure that you are safe, and if you are in a situation where you're unable to look at, so at certain things the computer will help you out in that aspect. Body roll is there. It does feel heavy like any other EV. When you push it hard, you can feel the weight of the batteries, and body roll is good in in a good amount, and it is still a good car to drive. It feels stable, the ride quality is good, the steering is easier to live with, and that is what is necessary in an EV, and the MG aces that aspect quite well. Apart from that, I have explained you the price cut, which has been impressive, and it is a lot of value. The quality is really nice. You get certain things which are good. There are still certain things that are missing at this price point, we believe. But MG has also cut on the price, and delivered as much value as possible. So we will have to give them the benefit of doubt in this aspect. You can really can't go wrong with the MG ZS EV. A bit of more range over its rivals does make sense. You are getting good quality, much better quality, and a lot more range, a lot more performance. 0 to 100 runs are definitely quite quicker than anything else in the market right now when it comes to the 20 to 25 or 30 lakh rupee car segment. I think that is it. That's what the MG ZS EV is all about. It's been great driving it. It's been ideal, for us to live with for a few weeks that we've spent with it. The ADAS is really welcome. The price cut is highly appreciated, and quite literally, you can't go wrong with the MG ZS EV. There are a lot on the road, and that also tells you a lot about this car. That's it. Thank you. See you in the next video. Subscribe, like, and share, please. Until then, goodbye.